What's up, weirdos? An elderly grandma, a 15-year-old boy.
Can I make it any more obvious?
Ugh! Yes, there is a grandma who is TikTok famous. It goes by the name of Queen Cheryl. And 6 months ago, I had made a video on her and her boy friend.
She get me aroused, I'm telling you, it happens so often.
But there is such a major update that I have to make because they're not just doing this for attention on TikTok. They are pregnant. Yeah, look.
I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I got my mind made up.
Yeah, just settle on that for a second. Really, really feel it. This couple is about to be mom and dad.
So last time he was trying to tell our story, how we met, I didn't let him. I interrupted him.
I'm sorry, the way that she's talking. And he's 26. That's right, 26. If you were in your 20s, that voice.
I interrupted him.
That voice should be reserved for people who you are not romantically interested in and Miley Cyrus. But when I saw this, I couldn't believe it. So I looked them back up to see how everything was going, and I found some things that are very interesting. By the way, obviously, you might at this point be thinking, Cooper, do you think she's actually gonna give birth? Do you think that she's pregnant? No, it's a surrogate, I know. And I'm gonna say something crazy here. From the outside, it's still insane. Especially with the context of, in my last video, I highlighted this part of their story. The time that they met. In the original video, when sitting on the couch talking about how they met, they say this.
My very first job, her son was my boss. She would always come up there and get food and speak to everyone there.
Now, this is very, very important because what he explicitly says is that while he was working for Cheryl's son at a gas station, he was working for her son, and he says that she would always come up to get food and speak with everyone. And then listen to what's said here.
After 8 years of friendship, they found love through their mutual interest in TikTok.
After 8 years of friendship, they started dancing together on TikTok. 8 years. He's 24 in this video, which would mean he was 15 or 16 when they met. I talked about that extensively in the last video, and now every time they have a public appearance, they talk about it a little bit different. As I was doing research, that first TV appearance is the only time where that's the story that they tell. Like, look right here.
So when I was 15, I worked for her son. I didn't get to know Cheryl then, but when I was 23, I went to a store and I actually got to know her and her name.
So yeah, after a different point in time, after they'd already gained a little bit of attention online and probably a lot of criticism directed at her for, you know, pursuing a 15-year-old. He says when he started working there, he was 15. So it seems like they've changed their story where, yeah, I worked for her son, but I didn't know her. It wasn't until I was 23 that I met her and learned her name. But in his first appearance, he said that she would come up all the time to eat and talk to everyone. And the text at the bottom of the screen there says that he lost his virginity to his 62-year-old wife, which by his story would mean at 23. But given the context that we know that they were actually friends since he was 15, So buckle up and get ready because we're going to dive deep into the sequel to that original video. They reveal to Cheryl's daughter that they are having another kid. So this is like the precursor because we know modern day they are pregnant with the surrogate. I mean, that's still, that's mom and dad, and her being mom and dad with a boy that she met when he was 15 and she was what, 54, 56, and they're having a kid together. That grandma is a predator.
This is 24-year-old Karan, and he fell in love with 61-year-old Cheryl. The pair bonded due to their mutual love of TikTok and garnered much attention due to their 37-year age gap.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be, I'm sorry. Girl, that hair is not for you. Girl, you are not Judy Garland. You're Diddy. And seeing the kiss, knowing with the context, like, okay, he's 24, okay. It's cool that they met when he was 15. It's like Aaron Taylor Johnson and that old fucking freak. These days, the only thing I think of when I look at Sam Taylor Johnson is wah. Certified pedophile, wah. Leave him alone. Anyways, Queen Cheryl is worse. Do you realize how worse you have to be worse than Sam fucking Taylor Johnson?
Granny, stop hitting on your great-grandson.
But undeterred by the internet trolls, Cheryl and Karan recently tied the knot.
We got married, the water was running beside us, it was very beautiful.
Congratulations. I don't know. Fuck, whatever. Oh my God, we got married. Everybody say it. Well, you're a victim. Let that boy go. We're gonna keep watching.
I'm still a mom. It never stops. So why shouldn't I have another child?
Oh, I don't know, because your other child is already 80 years old with one foot in the grave. I'm already a mom. Do you hear yourself? I think I'll have another baby again. You lost your fucking mind? You can't just have babies when you're an elderly freak. Elderly people are not freaks. Elderly people are fine. Elderly people who hit on 15-year-old boys, are freaks. You don't get to have another kid when you have a 15-year-old that you picked up in the back of a fucking aquarium like you're Natalie Portman. Sorry, not Natalie Portman, Julianne Moore. May December was a really good movie. Charles Melton really should have got nominated for an Oscar. And I hate this fucking, oh my God.
Often I proposed July 30th. They made it very special, my TikTok fans, because they donated over $3,000 on Cheryl's ring in one day.
First of all, he said he proposed on July 30th. That's one day before my birthday. Feliz cumpleaños para mí. Feliz cumpleaños. And if you were one of the TikTok users who donated to get them $3,000 for her to get an engagement ring, you were an accessory to a crime. You out of your mind?
So I was nervous due to the fact that I'm finna propose to her. I looked at her and immediately started crying. I was like, I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Man, I got bad news. The rest of your life? The rest of her life? Yeah, you got a month? I'm sorry. By the way, I know she's only 64. 64 is not old. But they were lying about when she met him, so am I supposed to believe that this woman is 64? Shouldn't be making fun of anybody's looks. I'm sorry. Whoever gave her that hair. Queen Cheryl, I hate you, but you better walk your ass back in that salon and ask for a damn refund. That's not the face of a 64-year-old woman. I'm sorry. I'm not saying this to be rude. I'm saying it because I'm genuinely, I don't, like, where's the birth certificate? Where's the birth certificate at Obama? Obama!
I was ecstatic. It was one of the best days of my life.
What it look like? Come on, girl, you gotta show it.
I'm sorry, I'm looking at this. I can't. It's not fun. It is. She's a horrible person. She's a sick woman with sick thoughts. I think people like her should die. Is what Kendrick said. That's a Kendrick Lamar quote, not a me quote. That is not, look, like the screen right now, that's not okay. The only time I've ever seen an image like this is in an A24 film that I know is gonna be way too creepy for me. I don't wanna say Weekend at Bernie's.
It was one of the best days of my life.
One of the best days of your life, by the way. At this point, you've lived so long, it's probably hard to keep track of the best days in your life, am I right? You met your husband when he was 15 and you were a 54-year-old creepy freak. That's so cute.
Originally, me and Cheryl planned to keep the wedding private because we were getting a lot of hate at the time of us making TikToks about our weddings.
Yeah, I know I'm like giving a lot of hate about it right now too, but like it's not you, Quran. I have no ill will towards Quran. Free Quran, free Quran. Oh, that sounds like I'm a Jehovah's Witness for Islam. Free Quran, anybody? No, okay. I'm not shocked people were giving you hate. And to look at her face when he's talking about that, her nod. Yeah, it sucks you got so much hate. Hey, by the way, you are the one who pursued a 15-year-old. You weirdo. No, it was after he was 15.
Some of the backlash I received, they say I'm dating my grandmother. They say she can never bear children from you. Cheryl's not dying no time soon.
Oh my God. Oh, I feel bad for him. But it's so funny. Some of the backlash I received is she could be my grandma. She old as hell. Her womb is barren. She's sitting there like, yeah, that's the backlash you received, Karanya. He's like, yeah, some of the backlash I received was everybody saying my wife looks like shit. Sorry, I just spat on you. But him crying, being like, oh.
Cheryl's not dying.
But the him to cut, tear obviously streaming down his face. Cheryl not dying anytime soon. Damn, that's a lot of backlash that you're receiving. Although I think it's just hate at her, which is, I would say, directed at the right target when it's at her.
She's not dead. Not for long though. Not for long though. That's a messed up comment. It really is.
It really is. I know. I'm sure he has some sort of attachment to him. I don't know. It's called Stockholm Syndrome. Oh my God. I'm looking at her with the screen. I'm about to freak out. Oh my God. She gives me the heebie-jeebies in such a way. She's so creepy. By the way, shout out the elderly. You guys are cool. There's nothing wrong with you. You, on the other hand, Cheryl, you go away. You can't be an old woman with a husband that you met when he was 15 and you were 54. I'm acting like she's going to listen. She'd never listen. She's not going to listen though, because it's... Cheryl, can you hear me?
People need to get a life and stop trying to take mine away from me.
Oh my God, don't show me them kissing. Please, please, please.
Grammy, stop hitting on your great-grandson. What's weird to you is normal to us.
It should not be normal to you, Karan. What's weird to you is normal to us. Yeah, because almost half of your life has been largely influenced by this senior woman. You're 24, you've known her since you were 15, so the last 9 years of your life, over a third of your life, and your entire adult life and adolescent life, it's been dictated by this woman who's saying, it's normal, I know it's weird, but it's like, come on, it's fine. It's not normal, it's not fine. You only think that because you got fucking Stockholm Syndrome from the Grim Reaper, a gargoyle in Gotham City. And she makes him say it. She makes him say it. So it's like, no, the one who's obviously the victim. If he says it's okay, then everything's okay, because then there's no victim. Yeah, but when you gaslight, manipulate somebody since they're 15 years old into being in a relationship with you, and then all of a sudden you're gonna give them a kid. Now you guys are parents together, and you've tied them together for life, forever, to you, which is just for you gonna be like 20 years. Max. Actually, saying max, like life, my bad. That's too far. I'm gonna leave it in though, because she's awful.
She was there when Eve stole the apple from the tree.
The way they look at each other. So serious, by the way, with all these comments that are so accurate and so funny. She was there when Eve stole the apple. Charles Barkley off camera dying laughing. She was there since Eve stole the apple. Shaq off camera. She was there since when, Chuck? NBA inside the TNT reference. Point is, these are such funny comments and they're looking at each other like,
I wasn't there.
my God. I wasn't there. I'm sorry.
I wasn't there.
By the way, actually defending herself from that allegation, they say my wife looks like Jeremy Strong's scrotum. Man. No, I'm actually not made of Jeremy Strong's scrotum. We know. But the fact that you deny it.
I wasn't there.
I'm starting to think she might actually have been there when Eve stole the apple, because she's the fucking snake. Evil incarnate, devil woman. I'm sorry. They met when she was 54 and 15. That's black magic. That's the devil's work. You're telling me that's not what evil is? Evil empire, laughing all the way to the bank.
I wasn't there.
Oh my God, okay, but they're gonna go tell her daughter about their baby plans in a second, I guess, which we know already that they go through with.
I cannot care for this child that just wants to reach out to us. I would love it just like I love the rest of my kids. I'm really not worried about me having a problem being a mother again. Actually would have more time with this child than I did my other one.
Yeah, when you're this old, I can imagine you'd be able to spend more time with your kids, especially because you're going through diaper training together. I'll actually get to spend more time with it. Yeah, maybe the first 5 years of its life until you die. Honestly, Cheryl, like, you can't do that, like, to a kid. I just want to. That's not a good enough reason to get a kid when you're almost... You know, everybody got mad at Al Pacino and Robert De Niro for having kids at this age. And she's out here getting a surrogate? Not even like a classic Pacino oopsie. My young girlfriend had a great ass. Al Pacino at, yes, 84 years old. My eyes see Oppenheimer. I love Al Pacino. But even I can say, hey, at 84, maybe having a new baby isn't the most empathetic idea for the baby. But his was an accident. I hope, by the way. This is intentional. They're going out and getting a surrogate. Who would approve them, by the way? Oh my God.
I really don't care for a boy or a girl, but, you know, I'm excited because, you know, I've never had to experience this. I've never done any of this, and this is amazing doing it with my wife.
He's such a really genuine, actually sweet, kind, vibrant guy. Like, when he's on camera, he just seems like a very good person. He seems like he has a really good heart, and maybe that's just because I'm seeing him through the context of the horrible life that she has put him in that he can't even see for himself. I'm sure that's part of why I'm really caring about him in this, but I just hate to see him in this situation. I hate to see anybody in this situation. By the way, have any of y'all seen May December? I made a reference earlier to it. It's a really, really amazing movie about an actress who's going to be playing basically a Cheryl figure, and she goes in with that family and sees like the Quran. So she's the actress living with basically this couple, and you see how manipulated the younger guy character is into like not accepting victimhood. Oh, it's a really fantastic movie that I think is a great follow-up to this YouTube video.
I have 7 children, and they were upset when me and Karan got together.
Yeah, I assume that your son was upset when he was realizing, oh, my employee who you met when he was 15 and became friends with and started hanging out with at the gas station more and more, and I thought that it was because you wanted a closer relationship with me, but now you're getting with him, and I'm starting to wonder if you were grooming my 15-year-old employee this whole time? I can imagine that the son that had that experience might be upset. Yes, or any of your other kids who have, I would say common sense. Common sense is a factor that's gonna kind of make this situation a hard sell to your children who are older than your husband. What the hell was even that stutter?
Ashley just wants me to be happy, so she's gonna stand by me no matter what.
I didn't have a problem with it because age doesn't really matter.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
Actions speak louder than words. Like, you're always there for us. If we had a baby, do you think it would be a problem?
No, it wouldn't be a problem.
What the hell are these vibes right now? What is going on in this household? Again, the hairstyle on Cheryl, the whole outfit, the whole ensemble. Has she ever made a right decision in her life? So her daughter says that she doesn't have a problem with it, but she also says, no, wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you've stuck with your mom through this entire relationship with this boy that she met when he was 15, if you're still with her 9 years later when he's, by the way, 24, 9 years later, when she started at 54, again, or 52, maybe she was 52. It's actually not that bad anymore.
So you're ready to welcome in another sibling?
Yeah. I'm ready to have another brother or sister.
Right.
Girl, what the heck? What? Because she's not being sincere. Like, I don't think that. Does she know what's going on? I don't know. I don't want to be rude, but like, it sounds like she's being sarcastic and joking, but she is being serious. She's like, yeah, I'm ready to have another sister or brother, but also kind of self-aware that her new sibling is going to be younger than her kids, and it's her elderly mom who's having it with her husband who's younger than you or me. Is it me? Who am I in this situation? I'm supposed to be the girl. Anyways, I think you have to be a particular kind of person to be okay with all this happening with your mom. And that person is somebody who is just kind of out of it. I don't know what the read is. I don't want to hyperanalyze. There's got to be some reason that she sticks with her mom. I don't know. I don't want to hyperanalyze. But at a certain point, you got to look your mom in the eye and say, that's that boy from the Common Go. He's that boy. Can't have a baby with him, Mom. Oh my God. Okay, let's keep going though.
Cheryl has made me to be a better human altogether. Like, a better man, a better human. She makes me want to do better. Like, all again in life, I don't regret me.
Don't have me watch this entire video where I'm getting heated up, furious at her.
All again in life, I don't regret me.
The makers of this show, I have a question for you. Do you understand the show you're making? Because it seems like they're making a show of, hey, we're not judging. This is crazy, but it's, legal. But they were there in episode 1 when, by the way, in case you're at this point doubting me a little bit, because if their story today was true, then it's just kind of a really weird situation.
So when I was 15, I worked for her son. I didn't get to know Cheryl then, but when I was 23, I went to a store and I actually got to know her and her name.
Are we gonna believe that story? Which they started saying after this first episode came out, and they received a lot of backlash for how their relationship started. Remember, this is the original.
My very first job, her son was my boss. She would always come up there and get food and speak to everyone there.
After 8 years of friendship, they found love.
You know what I mean? After 8 years of friendship, you cannot justify it when they've been friends for 8 years, and on this day, Karan was 24 years old. They've been friends for 8 years. He was 24, and we know now because of other stories he's told about when he worked there, that he was 15 at the time. I believe that that story is true. They faced a lot of backlash, and then they went back and changed their story so that she wouldn't look like she's evil. And he's the one who has to tell the story, although I'm sure that it is under her direction.
So when I was 15, I worked for her son. I didn't get to know Cheryl then, but when I was 23, I went to a store and I actually got to know her and her name.
Now, to be honest, what I'm about to do is probably a little bit overanalyzing. But the first thing he does before he starts answering the question is he looks at her. But the look is the look that you gave your mom when you were a kid in the doctor's office and they asked you, do you do any drugs? No. So like, obviously I didn't, I'm 12 years old. But you know that situation when you look for the authority figure for their approval and then you go in. So he starts with that.
When I was 15, I worked for her son.
Now look at this moment. He just said that he worked for her son. Now pay attention to what he says immediately after.
I didn't get to know Cheryl then, but when I was 23.
When he says that, we see her slightly nod as if, okay, he got it right. When you go through things like this, you have kind of the questions ahead of time. You can kind of prepare what you're going to say. You know kind of what they're going to be asking. So to me, this indicates that they've been rehearsing this story to protect her. He looks to her for approval. He says the thing, but I didn't meet her then. She nods her head a little bit.
Store and I actually got to know her and her name.
Now, that was kind of a weird thing. He said that when he was 23, he went to a store and met her and got to know her name.
I went to a store and I actually got to know her and her name.
He got to know her and her name. And then if you look at her expression after he says that, she kind of laughs a little bit at what he said. Do you see that little expression? It's kind of hard to tell because of her. My read on that is that they had talked before previously that he didn't even know her name until he was 23 when he actually met her. But we know that when he worked for her son, she was allegedly visiting that gas station a lot, eating there a lot, talking to everybody a lot for 8 years. We also know that she has a close relationship with her family, a close relationship that was destroyed because of this relationship. For this to be a family-ending disaster when you're a close family who's visiting each other every single day at the gas station, the only way it could explode is if they knew what you were doing was criminal. I'm not saying any allegations. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just saying that when I look at this situation, I'm kind of inclined to believe the first story that they told that then received backlash, not the story that they started telling afterwards to stop the backlash. But no, keep posting on social media. Yeah, you should keep doing that. Yeah. It's just a funny little bit. It's just a weird thing. It's not something that's deeply, deeply horrible. And then look at this video. Oh my God, it's creepy.
Hello. Well, we're we're here to speak about our surrogate journey. And for number one, I am not pregnant. I cannot have any babies. My eggs are all dried up. So therefore, that's why we need a surrogate.
Hey Cheryl, quick question. Why did you want to come on screen and give a vibe that could only be described as paranormal? By the way, at a playground, him holding her stomach from behind like he's a little kid. On a playground. Considering the implications, oh my god.
So our surrogate has the egg and he has the sperm.
So basically, we're doing a traditional surrogacy. Cheryl has no eggs, but our surrogate has eggs, so we're using her genes, and she will be the biological mom. But Cheryl is the mother of the child. She's adopting it out once the baby is born, so...
Yes, I will be adopting the baby, so it will be my baby. And we can't wait. We're very excited about it.
I'm gonna be a father.
It's all good. It's gonna be real fun having a baby. Love it.
But we appreciate y'all concerns, but Cheryl's not pregnant. That's the main thing. She is not pregnant.
I love the way the video cuts off there. Like, you kept going for 5 minutes and they just had to stop it.
This is our rock, paper, scissors challenge, part 2.
I'm winning this time. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh, God. Bye-bye, teeth.
I'm back. It took you too long. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No teeth.
Sorry, I couldn't pause it. I just had to let that rock. What? She popped those teeth out? Oh no. Oh no. By the way, the people in the comments right now, man, I love the vibe they have with each other. No, you know. I love when she says, okay, let's eat. I love her so. Hey, sugar baby, please get a grip on reality. Being a fan of Queen Cheryl is like being a fan of Michael Jackson, but not knowing about his music, just the stuff with the kids. By the way, what is gonna go on with the Michael Jackson biopic? I hear they're like aggressively gonna be portraying him as innocent of all the stuff. If that's the route they choose to go with, that's wild. It's a $158 million budget with I think it's Michael Jackson's grandson playing him. It's gonna be a huge movie. Is there gonna be insane controversy around this? I feel like there's gotta be. What is the general public consensus on Michael Jackson right now? Is it like he probably did this stuff, but the music is so great and he's so iconic that we just listen to it and don't think about that? Or is it he's a sweet person who was taken advantage of by the music industry and painted in a poor light and is 100% innocent of all those allegations? Because I genuinely don't know what the public consensus is. For me, I think best case scenario, he was creepy. Because the stuff that's like confirmed, that people are like, yeah, but that's just not that. It's like worse than anything anybody ever criticizes Drake about. So I don't know. Yeah, what's your opinion on Michael Jackson? And sorry, I'm just trying to like change the subject after seeing her pop her fucking gums out. Yeah, they're gonna have a baby. They're okay, cool. Yeah, the Predator grandma is gonna have a baby with her. Charles Melton, May December, Quran situation. Okay, it's on Instagram. I'm making a cute little TV show episode about it. Long story short, I think it's very weird that she has any sort of career on the internet. I feel bad for Quran though. It's like we should support him, but like he's just completely in her clasp. He just has no like way out. She's trapped him now with the baby. It's horrible. But I don't know. I guess I just always think that being a predator is bad. Please subscribe.
Oh my god, by the way, I forgot to mention this. I got the 100,000 subscriber plaque. No, the million. This is the million subscriber plaque. I think I'm gonna put it over here. I kinda wanna get like a custom frame for it, like something kind of an ornate golden frame, and make it kind of special and put it up there. Cause like I could put it here, but my head would always block it, and like this is kind of my favorite thing that I have on the wall.